The heavens once shone with celestial brilliance, a realm of pure light and divine order. Angels, radiant and serene, moved in harmony. Among these divine hosts were the Watchers, a legion of powerful angels charged with observing humanity, silently guiding and protecting them from afar. Their gaze was ever watchful, their presence unseen, as they stood between the realm of the divine and the world of mortals. They were the unseen guardians of mankind's progress, and the custodians of the natural law that governed all things. In the grand tapestry of heaven, the Watchers were the thread that connected the heavens to earth, invisible but ever present. What could lead these celestial beings, sworn to protect and observe, to rebel against their divine creator and descend to earth, bringing chaos and forbidden knowledge to mankind? This is the story of their fall, the story of Azazel and the Watchers, a tale of rebellion, desire, and the devastating consequences of defying the natural order. Welcome, and thank you for joining us today as we embark on a journey through the celestial tragedy of Azazel and the Watchers. Their story reveals not only the consequences of defying the divine, but also the eternal struggle between knowledge, power, and order. The Watchers, also known as the Grigori, are prominently mentioned in ancient texts, particularly in the apocryphal Book of Enoch. In these ancient writings, the Watchers were described as angels sent by God to watch over humanity, observing the growth of mankind and ensuring that divine laws were upheld. Their presence was a bridge between heaven and earth, invisible and silent, yet ever watchful. The Book of Enoch tells of these beings with reverence, portraying them as sentinels, guiding humanity without interference. But the texts also foreshadow the tragic tale of their eventual fall. The Book of Enoch reveals that despite their divine mission, the Watchers became enraptured with the beauty of human women. This temptation became the seed of rebellion. Azazel, a powerful and charismatic leader among the Watchers, is singled out as the one who catalyzed their defiance. It was he who urged the others to abandon their heavenly posts and take human wives, breaking the sacred laws that governed both angels and mankind. Azazel's role in this rebellion was not just as a leader, but as the one who introduced mankind to forbidden knowledge, forever changing the course of human history. What had once been a world of simple, peaceful existence became a battlefield, drenched in bloodshed and violence. In demonology, Azazel's name became synonymous with sin, destruction, and chaos. Though Azazel's actions brought knowledge and power to humanity, it came at a great cost. His influence spread like wildfire as violence, lust, and greed took root across the land. The other Watchers who had followed him shared in his guilt, each revealing forbidden arts to mankind: astrology, magic, and sorcery. What had once been divine secrets were now tools in the hands of mortals. With each passing day, the world spiraled further into chaos, a direct consequence of the Watchers' rebellion and Azazel's defiance. Yet, despite the destruction they had caused, the Watchers could not turn back. The descent of the Watchers marked a pivotal moment in the history of both heaven and earth. Enamored by the beauty of human women, these celestial beings, once bound by divine law, succumbed to desire. One by one, they turned their backs on their heavenly posts, no longer content to observe from above. The Watchers descended to earth, casting aside the laws that had once governed their existence. Their act was not just a betrayal of the Creator's trust, but a rebellion against the natural order that had held for millennia. Once on earth, the Watchers took human wives, forsaking their eternal bonds with the divine. These wives bore the Watchers' offspring, who grew into giants and became known as the Nephilim. And with their arrival, the boundaries between the mortal and divine began to blur. In return for love and companionship, the Watchers shared secrets never meant for human hands. The knowledge they brought was vast and dangerous, far beyond anything humanity had ever known. This forbidden knowledge would shape the course of history forever. Among the Watchers, Azazel took the lead in sharing this knowledge. He taught men the art of warfare, the forging of swords, shields, and weapons that could turn man against man. For the first time, humans wielded tools of violence and destruction, and the bloodshed that followed was unlike anything the world had ever seen. Meanwhile, Azazel revealed the secrets of adornment to women, showing them how to use cosmetics and jewelry to enhance their beauty. These seemingly innocuous gifts would sow seeds of vanity, envy, and desire, creating further chaos within human society. The knowledge of warfare and beauty spread like wildfire, but it did not come without consequences. What had once been a world of relative peace and harmony now descended into violence, greed, and lust. Men turned against one another in brutal wars, and women, adorned with the knowledge of beauty, used their appearance to manipulate and control. The balance of the world had been shattered, and chaos began to reign where once divine order had held sway. The earth itself seemed to rebel against this new knowledge, as blood soaked the ground and the natural order crumbled. In their defiance, the Watchers had set in motion forces that could not be undone. The divine order, once perfect and immutable, was now fractured. The knowledge that had been gifted to humanity, knowledge that was meant to remain hidden, was being used to reshape the world, but at a terrible cost. The Watchers, once revered as protectors, had become the harbingers of chaos. And as the heavens watched from above, the seeds of rebellion continued to grow, threatening to consume both earth and the divine realms in their wake. The Watchers had defied heaven, and their actions could not go unanswered. Their descent had not only brought chaos to earth, but had also challenged the very authority of the divine. The consequences were swift and severe. God, in his righteous anger, decreed that the Watchers would face eternal punishment for their betrayal. The Book of Enoch describes this divine judgment in vivid detail. The Watchers were to be bound, cast into the depths of the earth, where they would remain imprisoned for all eternity, never to return to the heavens they had forsaken. Among them, Azazel's punishment stood as a stark reminder of divine justice. He, who had led the rebellion and corrupted mankind with forbidden knowledge, faced a fate even more terrible. Azazel was bound and cast into a deep abyss, a place of darkness and torment, sealed beneath the earth. According to some accounts, he was to be held there until the day of judgment, his name cursed and his influence forever associated with sin and corruption. His fall, once seen as an act of rebellion, became a symbol of the price of defiance against the divine. But the Watchers' punishment did not end with them. Their offspring, the Nephilim, giants born of their union with human women, were also condemned. These monstrous beings, towering over ordinary humans, had wrought havoc on Earth. They consumed the land's resources, waged endless wars, and terrorized mankind with their sheer strength and brutality. As part of the divine retribution, the Nephilim were hunted down and destroyed by heavenly forces. The earth, once fertile and peaceful, became a battleground, as angels descended to cleanse the world of the Nephilim's corruption. The destruction of the Nephilim was swift, but it did not erase the damage done to the world. Their existence had forever altered the balance between humanity and the divine. Legends of these giants would persist for generations, passed down by our ancestors as warnings as to what happens when the divine order is broken. The Watchers' defiance had unleashed forces beyond their control, and even in their absence, the echoes of their fall reverberated throughout history. The earth had been scarred, and though the Nephilim were no more, the world they had terrorized was forever changed. For the Watchers, their punishment was eternal. Bound beneath the earth, they could no longer see the light of the heavens or feel the divine presence they had once served. Their rebellion had led not only to their own downfall, but to the corruption of humanity and the earth itself. And yet their legacy persisted. Azazel's name, in particular, would live on in demonology, forever associated with the sins of mankind. His fall became a cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when the divine order is defied and forbidden knowledge is unleashed upon the world. Azazel's fall from grace marked the beginning of his transformation from a rebellious angel into something much darker. In ancient Jewish texts, particularly in later interpretations, Azazel is no longer merely a fallen angel, but a figure synonymous with evil itself. Over time, his name became associated with sin, corruption, and the dark forces that plagued mankind. In the Hebrew Bible, during the ritual of Yom Kippur, a goat symbolically bearing the sins of the people was sent into the wilderness to Azazel, marking him as a scapegoat for all the transgressions of Israel. This transformation cemented Azazel's role not just as a rebel, but as a symbol of sin and punishment. In Christianity, Azazel's role evolved further. Though not as prominent in Christian texts as in Jewish writings, he is often interpreted as a leader among the fallen angels, synonymous with satanic forces and demonic entities. The image of Azazel became a byword for defiance against God, associated with hellish imagery, fire, and torment. In some Christian interpretations, Azazel's name even merged with other demonic figures, such as Satan or Lucifer, symbolizing the ultimate fall from divine grace and the embodiment of evil. In Islamic tradition, Azazel appears under the name Iblis, often identified with the figure who refused to bow to Adam and was cast out of heaven. While there are distinctions between the two, some interpretations draw parallels between Azazel's rebellion and Iblis's refusal to submit to divine command. In Islamic mythology, Iblis is condemned to an existence of eternal damnation, forever tempting mankind away from God's path. Azazel, similarly, became a figure of eternal rebellion, condemned to the same fate of torment and exile, cementing his legacy across religious boundaries. Azazel's legacy has left a profound impact, not only in ancient religious texts, but also in modern interpretations of demonology. In the occult and esoteric traditions, Azazel is often seen as a figure of forbidden knowledge, much like Prometheus in Greek mythology. He is revered by some as a bringer of wisdom, albeit dark and dangerous, symbolizing rebellion against the established order. In modern literature, film, and popular culture, Azazel's character continues to evolve, sometimes depicted as a tragic anti-hero, and other times as a figure of pure malevolence. Azazel's journey from a revered angel to a symbol of evil transcends individual cultures and religious traditions. He stands as a complex figure, embodying both the potential and the peril of knowledge. His transformation reflects humanity's fascination with the fine line between good and evil, rebellion and order. Whether seen as a scapegoat for sin, a fallen angel of rebellion, or a symbol of dark wisdom, Azazel's story continues to captivate, reminding us of the consequences that come when the divine balance is broken. The story of the Watchers, particularly Azazel, and his role in spreading forbidden knowledge, has left a lasting impact on modern occultism and esoteric traditions. Many occultists view the Watchers not as villains, but as figures who gifted humanity with hidden wisdom, dangerous, yet essential for personal empowerment. The concept of obtaining secret knowledge through rebellion has become a core theme in many occult practices, with the Watchers often revered as symbols of liberation from divine tyranny. In some modern occult traditions, Azazel is even seen as a guide to hidden truths, much like Lucifer in his Promethean role. In modern mythology and popular culture, the story of the Watchers has found new life in various forms. Films, books, and even conspiracy theories have incorporated the Watchers into their narratives, often portraying them as fallen beings who shared forbidden secrets with humanity. This theme resonates deeply in stories about hidden truths and secret societies. The Watchers are often linked to tales of ancient aliens, secret knowledge passed down through secret orders, or the idea of a cosmic rebellion against a controlling divine force. Their story has also been adapted in popular films like Noah, where the Watchers are depicted as fallen angels trapped in earthly forms. The story of the Watchers, and especially their defiance of divine authority, resonates deeply with the theme of rebellion. Throughout history, rebellion has often been seen as a necessary act for progress, even if it comes with consequences. The Watchers fall from grace, driven by their desire for earthly pleasures and their willingness to share forbidden knowledge, reflects humanity's own fascination with pushing boundaries and defying authority. Whether viewed as tragic figures or dark heroes, the Watchers symbolize the consequences of seeking power beyond what is allowed and the constant tension between order and chaos, freedom and control. Ultimately, the story of Azazel and the Watchers remains relevant in modern times because it taps into universal themes: the cost of rebellion, the allure of forbidden knowledge, and the consequences of defying higher powers. Whether through religious texts, occult practices, or modern mythology, the Watcher's tale continues to resonate with those who seek to understand the delicate balance between enlightenment and chaos. Their legacy as both bringers of knowledge and harbingers of destruction serves as a timeless reminder of the dual-edged nature of rebellion against divine authority. The legacy of Azazel and the Watchers is one that echoes through the ages, reminding us of humanity's eternal struggle with knowledge, power, and the boundaries set by higher forces. Their story is not just about a group of angels who fell from grace. It is a reflection of our own desires to seek what is hidden, to challenge what is forbidden, and to push against the constraints of divine or natural order. In their rebellion, the Watchers offered humanity gifts that were both enlightening and destructive. They illuminated paths to power, but left in their wake a world forever changed, where chaos and conflict often followed the pursuit of knowledge. As we reflect on the story of the Watchers, we must also consider its broader implications. What does it mean to possess knowledge that was once forbidden? What price must we pay for defying the limits set by the divine, the universe, or even society? The story of Azazel and the Watchers serves as a powerful metaphor for the consequences of overstepping these boundaries. It reminds us that with great power comes not just opportunity, but responsibility. And sometimes the weight of that responsibility is more than we can bear. So the question remains, is the pursuit of forbidden knowledge worth the risk? Are we destined to repeat the mistakes of the Watchers, or can we learn from their fall and approach the unknown with caution and wisdom? As we continue to search for answers in our world, the story of Azazel and the Watchers offers a powerful reminder that the path to enlightenment is never without peril. How we navigate that path is a choice we must all face. one that could shape the future of humanity, for better or for worse. Thanks for joining us. What are your thoughts on the story of Azazel and the Watchers? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into forbidden knowledge. Until next time, may the light guide you through the shadows of the unknown.